Welcome to Davis Field, Central Methodist University campus. Is Charlie Brown along with Jim Ray Cluck. What's left of him after his exciting high school football game last night. We're here to bring you the Graceland Yellow Jackets at Central Methodist. Graceland comes in 0-3 on the season. Central Methodist 2-1. So we're just about set to go. We got the captains getting ready to walk out. That is Paxton DeLaurent for the Eagles. And Anthony Hernandez, the linebacker, which it's kind of strange to see how much difference there is between the quarterback size-wise and the linebacker.
That's 6'6" versus 5'9".
Every bit of it.
He's a little spark plug, I'm telling you. He's the heart of that CMU defense, Hernandez is. Out of California JUCO.
So they're introducing the officials. And we'll have the coin toss here in just a second. It is plenty hot. I'm going to look at my phone and tell you what the temperature is in lovely Fayette right now.
It's about 89.
It says 88, but I bet if I go to what it feels like, it's not going to be 88.
Absolutely not.
Well, it feels like 90, so not bad.
About right on the money, wasn't it?
Yeah, looks like Central is going to receive the opening kickoff, and they'll be going from our right to our left. And we're just about set to go.
A little different look there for CMU in their uniforms. Got those gray uniforms with the white numerals.
Yeah, they're going to be a whole lot easier for us to read from up here, Jim Ray, than those black ones that have got a little white trim around them on a green number on a black jersey with a little bit of white trim.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Coach Coway and see if we can get these at home all the time. Yeah. We can call out numbers real easy here, see the numbers real easy. And same thing with Graceland with the black on white.
Yeah, they're in white uniforms, but at least they've got some color to their numbers. So we'll pick them up as we go along, and we'll get you starting lineups, running backs, wide receivers, offensive line as we get going. We've been having some technical issues, again, because of the heat. Our equipment does not like heat in any way, shape, or form. And I asked our streaming company with our laptop, what is the danger point in temperature on a laptop, and they told me 70 degrees Celsius, Jim Ray. That's 156 degrees Fahrenheit. It's at 60 degrees sitting back there Celsius right now in this environment. That's how hot it gets with everything that it has to do. So if your picture jumps or skips a little bit, freezes every once in a while, it's the heat here that we're having to deal with. We've got one camera completely outside, one on the top on the outside part, and one in another press room area, and all of us are plenty warm. So,
see a youngster from Boonville there. I shouldn't call him youngster, young man, Charlie Bronkowski, who signed to play basketball for Coach Sherman, being one of the ball guys on the home side of there. He's about 6'5". You can't miss him.
And I see where he has made Coach Sherman's varsity staff list early in the season. Only one of two freshmen to do that.
Yeah, he's going to be a force, I believe. He's got a good outside shot, good inside. He was a big person for the Boonville Pirates during his career. Started as a freshman. He will do the same thing here at CMU.
Donald Clark and Devin Armstead back. Taken by one of the up backs. Is that Marquess Daniels?
It looks like that's who it is. He looks like an 8 to me.
Yeah, it looks like a linebacker. Yeah, he don't want to miss a beat.
Wanted some of that glory, Charlie, really.
Yeah, well, he got it last week. He was Defensive Player of the Week, was he not?
Yes,
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago he was. He intercepted that ball and took it in all the way, took it back for a pick six. Good athlete. Been banged up with injuries a little bit, but he looks like he's ran well there, Charlie.
Yeah. Looks like it's out to the 31-yard line. DeLaurent, quarterback. No backs, empty backfield. 3 to the bottom of your picture, 1 to the top, and a wing. See if the wing comes in motion. Does. Quickly out to that wing with everybody blocking in front. And that's Ashton Bonner with the catch and run. And that's going to pick up 13 on the play, or 12 on the play, and get it out to the 43-yard line. So a nice start. They had the 3 stack at the bottom, and all 3 of those guys were blocking for the man in motion who caught the little swing pass. 12 yards for him.
Nice little design play there, Charlie. We could use a lot more of those today.
Schroeder's at the bottom of the picture. 3 wide receivers bunched up to the top. That wing again. De Laurent looks around. 8 on the play clock. He's got plenty of time. Says, let's go. Fake the same play, and he's going to roll a little bit. He's not fast, but he's elusive.
Makes good decisions, Charlie, from down in Camdenton, Missouri. Played for Coach Shore down there, the son, Coach Shore.
He is listed as a sophomore on the program, unless they've changed it. Have they changed him back to being a freshman? No, they still listed as a sophomore, but actually he's a freshman, is he not?
He's a freshman because he only played 2 games last year, and he would have got the year back anyway. So he's a freshman, playing-wise.
5, swing pass out in the right flat. That's Bonner again, and he struggles into Yellow Jacket territory, 45-yard line.
I like what the OC's doing here, Coach Jacoby. He's doing a great job along with the run coordinator, Coach Goulet. They got a run coordinator, pass coordinator.
A couple of new running backs come in. Catavius Taylor is at the bottom of the screen closest to the central sideline. He's number 2. He is their big play guy.
All-American 2 years running, if not 3.
Yep, that's what makes him the big play guy. De Laurent hands it off up the middle. And he's going to get a gain of 4, maybe 5 out of it.
That offensive line, Charlie, averages about 292 up front. And they've been opening holes all year long.
They wear people out.
Yes.
Especially in this heat. Langlois with the ball carrier. He picks up 4, so 2nd and 6. Taylor down here at the bottom all by himself. They've shaded a safety his direction. That safety's walking up now, so Taylor may get with single coverage out here on this side.
Sure, Del Ron will look at that.
I'm sure he will, too. It's a design run play. Doesn't pick up much there. Langlois on the carry. Kyle Sudog on the tackle. No gain, so it's 3rd down and 6.
They're going to single him up on the other side now, Charlie, on the short side of the field.
They're looking to see where he's at. So see if they can find him for a 1st down or more.
Running 2 high safeties here.
Looks that way. He's going to run for it. Going to have to duck his head and go a little bit. Going to come up about half a yard short.
Definitely in 4-down territory, Charlie.
It's going to be more than a half yard. They're going to move it back and make it 2 yards. So it's going to be 4th down and 2.
I look for Coach Callaway to go for this.
He hasn't put his punt team out there. No sign at all that he's going to do that. Central to the line in a hurry. Handoff. That's De Laurent up the middle, and he's going to go for a touchdown.
Wow.
42-yard touchdown run as he fooled everybody. They looked for a power dive, and he just kept it and read it and took it up the middle.
That was just a nice read there. He just pulled that ball, boom. I think he pulled it. Maybe just designed that way, Charlie.
Yeah, he may have read it and knew that he had a better chance of getting it than his teammate did. So 42-yard touchdown run. That's 12:24 to go on the game clock. As I read it, it's bleached out by the sun a little bit, but we think we can see it. Petrin in to try the extra point. Low line drive, and it's good.
As long as it's over, it's good.
69-yard drive, Jim Ray, to start the ball game. Eagles up 7-zip.
Yeah, Graceland's gotten blown out quite a few times this year. I don't want to put that on CMU right now, but I can't remember the first time that CMU has the opportunity to go 3-1 in a season, and they're starting out right now because Graceland's definitely beatable.
Let me tell you what Graceland on their 2 deep had put out for us. These are the years of their starters. This is the first team. Sophomore, 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 junior, freshman, 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 sophomore, freshman, sophomore, sophomore.
Looks for a couple years down the road.
On defense, it's freshman, sophomore, sophomore, junior, sophomore, freshman, junior, freshman, freshman, senior, freshman.
2 senior starts on the front 11 on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He's going to take some lumps here in the heart.
Jamarian Davis is one of the deep guys. And perhaps Reggie Wilson. Trying to see if that's an 11. He's turned sideways, so I can't really see it. Veteran with the kick, high and deep. Going to be taken back. Nope. Going to let it go in the end zone for a touchback. So the ball will come out to the 25-yard line, and that's where Graceland will take over. All right, Jim Ray, here you go. I see number 99 out on the field, and I don't see him on a roster, so you'll know who that is.
Well, I think
is it 99 or is it 98?
I think it's 98, and that's the big boy from Marceline. I'm pretty certain. That would be Ganaway, Trevor, if it's 98.
So dive play gets nothing. Michael Lewis is the quarterback. Even though he's listed as the second string in the 2 deep.
And they've been quite a few changes here in this.
2nd and 10 after no gain. Going to line up with everybody and their brother in the backfield and 1 wide. Quarterback surrounded by a whole lot of people. Goes up the middle but doesn't get anywhere. Well, he does pick up 4 or 5 yards as the pile moves forward.
Look like they're running the veer, Charlie.
It certainly does. There's 3 backs in there all around the quarterback. It's almost like a diamond or a triangle around the quarterback, and he's got the option of turning and handing to anybody he wants to, or misdirect or fake and go. 3rd down and 6.
Coach Snyder, who came over from Peru State, is advising this team. A lot of people think he might be the next head coach.
There you go. So we got 3 backs, 2 behind, 1 to the side, lead blocker. Going to turn to throw. Flushed. Going to get out of bounds, and it's going to be short of a first down.
Good defensive coverage by the Eagles. That's been their weakness. They're giving up a little over 200 yards per game in the passing department.
Run out of bounds by LaMarcus Washington. And now we'll see the punter for Graceland. Devin Armstead back for the Eagles. Aiden Simonson. The Eagles bring more into the box. Look like they're going to come after this punter a little bit. They do. They don't get there. Armstead's going to let it bounce and roll in front of him, and it's going to roll back down to the 31-yard line, 30, and that's just about 25-yard line. It's about where the Eagles started the last time. They started on their 31, went 69 yards. So the Eagles, we have the ball back with 11:04 to go.
So they can put another drive together, Charlie. He hadn't been much passing, mostly running there.
I think that was a 6-play, 69-yard drive that they just had. Started out with a swing pass, a little screen to a receiver coming out. Armand Keeley in the backfield, I believe, next to the right of Delaurent. That's Keeley with the ball. He lowers his head, picks up a couple of yards.
He runs hard, Charlie.
He does for a fact. We're very impressed with him when we were here 2 weeks ago. He found holes and bounced and spun and did not go down on first contact. He picks up 4 yards here, so nice start. 2nd down and 6.
He's always running downhill. In other words, he doesn't get stopped. He always goes forward.
Well, he's a little bigger back than Donald Clark, who's in there right now to the left of Delaurent. Check that. That's Bonner. Goes in motion underneath.
Delaurent.
Christopher Williams.
Delaurent looks sharp tonight, Charlie, this afternoon.
He does for a fact, and he appears from the outside looking at it to be a pretty good leader.
Yes.
He seems like he's in charge and everybody knows it.
I talked to Coach Callaway, and he said that Brown he's ready to go again. He might see some action today, too.
And that would be a change-up. That would be more athletic running possibilities, even though he just ran for a touchdown. Delaurent, and there'll be a flag that will stop things, and we'll see whether it's a false start or an offside. The white hat will tell us. Offsides on the defense. Be 1st and 5. Jim Ray, I had a high school game last night, something I had never seen before. The person that told us what the penalties were was the back judge, not the official, not the white hat. He started the clock, and that's about all he did. The guy in the back signaled the penalties.
Never seen that before.
I never either. We missed it for a long time. Keep pushing the pile forward, boys. Attaboy. It's not over till it's over. He's about to come out of there.
That's where the whistle should have been blown earlier, Charlie.
Yeah, it should have been stopped earlier, but it wasn't.
You don't know what's going on in the middle of that pile. There's some gouging and poking and punching and everything else.
That's where you're going to get a fumble because everybody's raking away at the ball. That was Bonner again. He picks up more yardage, another 1st down. Eagles at the 44-yard line in Graceland territory. We played a little over 5 minutes. The Eagles have scored a touchdown, and they're on the move again. Delaurent back, got pressure coming from the backside, lost it a little bit, just a little bit too far.
I think his arm got hit, Charlie, on that.
Could very well be, because he usually doesn't miss like that. He was looking for Cole Schroeder. Make it 2nd down and 10. That's the first time they've not had plus yardage on a 1st down play. It's family day here at Central. Big crowd. Lots of folks here. Bands here. We'll have that for you at halftime, along with a special ring ceremony that you'll get to see as well, and the dance team. We'll keep all that here for you at halftime so you can see everybody that's involved in the Eagles program. Delaurent looks, checks down underneath, and there comes a flag in late. That came in after the ball was thrown. The Eagles are walking back.
That was a late hold, Finley.
It was very late. Yeah, and that's why there's a lineman out there kind of shaking the cobwebs off and getting his helmet readjusted because he's the one that got the hands to the face. So that'll be a mark off, and that'll be a 1st down.
15-yard variety, right, Charlie?
Yeah, keep walking. It's going to be inside the 25 when he gets done. It'll be at the 24-yard line.
In that red zone area again.
Keeley, the running back, over in the slot on the right-hand side. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, 1 in the slot on the right side. Looking. Fires it downfield. He goes towards Taylor, but it's overthrown and out of the back of the end zone.
Pretty well covered, Charlie. It would have been a tough pass.
Looking for the flag. A little breeze blowing behind Delaurent. 2nd down and 10. Schroeder's at the bottom. Katavius Taylor's at the top. 2 running backs in right now. Can't tell it's Keeley and maybe, I can't tell if that's Bonner to the left of Delaurent. Linebacker walks up. It's not. Same play, a little bit different look this time. And it's a touchdown pass 24 yards to Catavius Taylor. He has separation speed. He was covered there, and all of a sudden there's 2 yards difference between them.
Yeah, he does that quite often. I call it a decoy. He got decoy speed. He decoys them thinking they're right with him, and boom, he turns on those afterburners, and he's open. That was a duck he threw that time, too. That ball was wobbling, but it was in the right area.
Yeah. When you throw it in the right spot, it really doesn't make any difference. Petrin to try the extra point. Since he did it we'll call him Petrin this time because we're never sure what it is.
I think it's Petrin. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. We've heard the announcer say it both ways, PA.
Coaches have said it both ways, so I really am confused.
Sam?
Maybe we should ask him.
Yeah, probably the best way to find out.
Maybe I'll try to run him down this week, see if I can locate that name.
He's going to have to try a little longer extra point now. This will be a 25-yarder instead of a 20-yarder.
He's got the leg.
He's got a 37-yarder this year for his only field goal attempt. Ball's high. Kick is on the way. And it's good. 14-0 with 9:03 to go. We put the clock up on our scoreboard on your screen, but we can barely see it here, so I don't think you'd be able to see it at all yet. So maybe later when we get to a little further in the day and the sun's not right on it, we'll be able to maybe pop that up on the screen for you.
The offense looks like it's humming like a 8-cylinder engine right now, doesn't it?
It's a well-oiled machine right now. Got a running touchdown by the quarterback and a passing touchdown to Catavius Taylor.
Playing fantasy football, Darrell Laurent's scoring a lot of points.
He's doing well for you if you've got him in your college fantasy league. Kick again. Going to come down about the 3-yard line. Going to be taken back there. Fakes inside, goes outside, and gets held up and tackled.
You better let that one go in the end zone.
That was the hope. That was
Reggie Wilson on the return.
Reggie Wilson.
Anthony Johnson on the stop for the Eagles. First down 10, Graceland. All up to 17.
17-yard line, so not good field position. The Eagles have had it at their own 31 and their own 25, and they have a 69 and a 75-yard drive apiece. So better field position for the Eagles. Lewis, quarterback. I don't know if he handed it or not. They're all laying in a pile back in the same spot.
There was a convocation of Eagles make that tackle.
Yeah, they've decided that that's where the ball is. That's where they're all going to converge in that middle section. And if it gets handed off, tackle the guy coming toward you. If not, keep going towards the ball. And that's a loss of a yard.
That's Big Ganaway, number 98. That is 98, correct? It says 99, though, doesn't it?
It does says 99, but I can't imagine that there's another body frame like that.
This kid is agile, too. He's not. And he does eat. Eats like a horse. Look at that push.
Tackled. Run on a play, going to pick up a couple of yards. Anthony Hernandez on the tackle. The two linebackers, London Chambers. Anthony Hernandez on the tackle. It's a pickup of 5 on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 6.
The only person it could be Leroy Van Dyke. Leon Van Dyke, excuse me.
Yeah, we could get Leroy to do the auctioneer song while we're here. Just try to push it up the middle. Not going to get there. Going to be stopped, and the Eagles say there's a fumble, and they've got it. The officials are going to come in and look. And that's your buddy Ganaway with the recovery.
Yes, it was. It's either him or Van Dyke.
No, he had the ball. He was holding the ball up when he came out of the pile, and Van Dyke gave him the ball. That's fine.
No, I was just wondering. I don't see a 95 out there either, Charlie. That's Van Dyke's number, so that's why I'm wondering. It looked like Ganaway to me. But both of them are big. That's what I'm trying to say. Van Dyke's a mere 300.
Yeah, 200.
300 pounds. 3 and 3, I think Ganaway is 375.
Eagles with a chance to put 3 scores on the board on their first 3 possessions in this first quarter. 7:34 to go in this first quarter. That's Bonner in motion. That's the same play that they ran the first play of the game, Jim Ray?
I believe so, something similar to that. A little pass in the flat out here to the back who's in motion.
Loses a yard. 2nd and 11.
He's a freshman running back, only 5'6". Got a lot of quick, so Coach had been touting him as when he's coming in, how he might be a great help to him this year.
Keon Bass checks in. Now we've got several people trying to figure out. We're down to 5, so we'll see a timeout because they'll not get this play off. It's at 1 right now. Oh, nope.
Did you reset it?
It was hard to see, and I guess my 1 was a 7. Running play up the middle. Armand Keeley.
On the carry for the Eagles. Kaler.
Senior out of St. Louis.
Good running back. I like him.
Picks up 5 on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 7. It gets 4 on the play, 3rd and 7. 2 down territory unless they want to let Sam kick a long field goal. At this point, it'd be just short of 40.
He's got the leg, I'm telling you.
Only kicked that 37-yarder without any problem. Let's not put the cart before the horse. Out into the flat. Caught by 81, Christopher Williams, senior out of Beaumont, Texas, and it is 1st down and goal for the Eagles.
That's where Coach Jacoby's out of. He's out of Beaumont, Texas.
Beaumont, Texas.
He gets some kids from down there in Texas. We got Coach Callaway's got quite a connection in Texas, too, and Oklahoma.
Langlois checks in. 1st and goal from the 7. 14-0 Eagles. Langlois the only back. Gets the handoff. Up the middle. Push, push, push. Into the end zone for a touchdown. 7-yard touchdown run. Extra point, team starts to come out and then stops. Now they come out.
That offensive line is doing a heck of a job up there, Charlie. They're moving bodies out of the way.
They have protected their quarterback very well. They have open holes up for their running backs. And it is all working right now for the Eagles. Holder counting bodies. We got enough. Snap, kick, clears the bleachers behind, and it's 21-0.
They definitely have a toughie next week, Charlie. Cover Stockton's a whole different ball game. They have them on the road, and they're receiving votes.
I see that at 1 o'clock. That used to be not a terribly difficult game at times. This year it is.
Used to be a gimme. And the gimme, there's no such thing as a gimme in the heart of America. This might be the only gimme, let me put it that way.
2 weeks, we'll be back here for William Penn.
Again, no pushover there either.
And then Benedictine, who's receiving votes. So right now the conference has 2 teams in the top 12 and 2 receiving votes, which means they're just outside the top 25.
Baker got beat last week by Grandview. Grandview's the class of both sides, north and south this year, as per usual.
Reggie Wilson, Jay Davis, deep for the Yellow Jackets.
Wilson and Davis back. They're going to let that one hit and hope it goes in the end zone, and it does, as Jamarian Davis presumed it was headed that direction and then decided he better go over and find out. Out to the 25. 5:53 to go in this first quarter. Michael Lewis, freshman quarterback, in there. Three backs around him. Pitch on the outside. First time they've tried to go out, and it's a fairly successful play.
Their biggest game of the evening, this afternoon, I should say.
Polk on the carry for the Yellow Jackets.
They have definitely switched up their two-deep offense because Polk's not even mentioned in their two-deep offense as a running back.
I think they put this out the first of the year, and we're still listing Jalen Brown as starting quarterback in the two-deep.
Yeah. So that's a pickup of 7, 2nd and 3, dive up the middle. That's Torrin Polk again. He's got enough for a first down.
It's Graceland's first down of the game, I believe.
I believe you are correct. And that comes with 5:05 to go here in quarter number 1. The Eagles up 21-0 in the first quarter here on Family Day at Central Methodist University. Up the middle they try again, this time not as much success.
32, McGraw on the carry.
McGraw, the ball carrier.
London Chambers, LaMarcus Washington on the stop.
Chambers and Washington in on the tackle.
Maybe a yard on the play.
2nd down and 9.
Ball at the 42.
Hadn't heard much from Will Myers or Daniels today.
Daniels just returned that one kickoff. Is really the only time we've said his name. They're hard to miss.
Look like bookends.
Going to try and run. Almost grabbed by. And a nice tackle. That's Daniels, and Miles almost had him in the backfield.
We just call out their name, and they'll rise to the top like a good cream.
Miles almost had a sack in the backfield, and Daniels made the shoestring tackle on the end of the play. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Yellow Jackets. They're at their own 49-yard line trying to get into Eagle territory for the first time in the ball game.
I think he's nursing a hamstring a little bit, Daniels is.
One back. Piles pushed, and it's close, but the far official has it marked at 4th down, so does the near official. Right at midfield, so it'll be 1 yard short. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Yellow Jackets.
I look for him to go for it, Charlie.
Well,
being down 3 scores.
Yeah, down 21-0 already. See if they go back to that big stacked in. That is a 98, I believe, Jim Ray. It's hard to tell on Ganaway. It's not stretched all the way out, but he's in the middle now, and you're going to have to go around him, and there will be a timeout called by Graceland. Their first timeout. So the Eagles on the road next week in Canton, taking on Culver. And then back here for back-to-back weeks with William Penn and Benedictine.
I think we're going to skip a week, Charlie. I think we have this. That's the bye week.
Back-to-back home games, but there is a week in between.
The whole conference is off that week. I think they planned that in case there was any problems with scheduling, COVID, and all that stuff.
Good thinking there. Hopefully nothing so far.
Again, he's got his shirt rolled up there a little bit, showing off that muscular stomach.
That's right.
Those abs. He's a good kid, too. Good young man. Shouldn't call him a kid.
Running play right up the middle, and that's going to pick up a first down and more as he runs over a person, and he's still going. And they take the ball away from him. The Eagles have the ball with one person to beat. Cut back and going to be tackled, unfortunately. Helmet comes off. That's Kaiwan Collins, who stripped the ball away from the ball carrier, who's down on the other end of the field.
Strip it away. He just took
it out of his hands and took off with it.
He pilfered that, I'll tell you.
The player's down around the 18-yard line.
I think he got stampeded.
So 32-42, a 50-yard return, give or take a little bit, on the fumble.
CMU's back in business again.
So I see the Eagles have their version of everything else. Collins, with that takeaway, is sporting a big necklace now with an eagle on it around. He gets to keep until somebody else comes up with another one.
And their outstanding play, be it offense or defense. I believe he gets it on offense, too. Not 100% certain on that.
That could very well be. Jim Ray and I both do a lot of high school athletics as well. He covers Boonville Pirate football, and along with he and his wife do Boonville Pirate softball. I do Smith Cotton athletics plus some Warrensburg stuff as well.
Well, I saw the game of the probably the best game I ever saw on Gene Reagan Field last night, where the number 1 ranked Blair Oak Falcons came in to being entertained by the Boonville Pirates, and Boonville beat them 41-35. Yeah. Just a heavyweight battle.
We were talking about that before the game started. Blair Oaks had a 40-some game conference winning streak broken and a 77-game regular season winning streak broken last night. So they've gone 7 years in conference and other play without losing during the regular season until last night. Eagles were penalized, and this is Brown in a quarterback, and he's going to pick up 4 yards, 5 yards on his initial carry. As he gets a chance at quarterback, Eagles were penalized at the end of the play, backed up a little bit.
You watch these receivers for CMU. They block, and they block hard. That just wears on those D-backs. You watch them. They're driving people back. That's why the running game's so successful.
And is this hard at the bottom of the screen? I think it is, because he's pretty tall, and he's like a 6'7" tight end wide receiver. Brown back to pass. Lets it go. Finds Catavius Taylor, who ducks inside to the 34-yard line. Another first down. Tackled on the play by Jalen Fortune. As we're seeing some new bodies in from time to time. Brown in at quarterback.
Brown got hurt. He had a turf toe. He was the starter coming out of the summer camp, or the however you want to say it. And he was the starter coming out. And Delaron's done a tremendous job. But then he still gets another opportunity here.
Yeah, Brown was the starting quarterback last year for most of the season. Looks and throws, and he's got a receiver, and it's a touchdown. And it's going to be 34 yards.
Defender went for the interception there and just missed the ball.
The ball was lofted just high enough to get over the hands. I think that's Donald Clark out of the backfield that has the touchdown catch. 27-0. Our kicker, Mr. Petrin, Sam, is getting tired here in the first quarter because there's still 1:17 to go. This will be his 4th extra point, and it'll soon be his 4th kickoff. Ball's down, kick on the way, and it's good.
He's the second leading scorer on the team, Charlie.
Don't doubt that.
Behind Catavius Taylor, who now has 18 points. Petrin's got, 4 touchdowns, so he's got 14 points.
So 28-0, and we're not done in the first quarter yet. You may get to hear a lot of Jim Ray stories today based on how this is going, because we don't have a turbo clock in college.
I was asking somebody the other day, somebody said 45, and they asked me if there was a turbo clock, and I said I don't think so.
I don't think there is in college. There is in high school. It's 35 is the magic number, because I saw it last night. Game I did was 49-0.
Second half, correct?
Second half. They had to keep prompting the timekeeper to start the clock and keep it running. He kept wanting to turn it off when they went on, shut it down when it went out of bounds. But
so the white hat's shoulder was hurting.
Something, yeah. He and the back judge were doing a lot of arm waving. Each kickoff gets a little bit shorter. There's a fair catch called and not made and dribbled, and now he's going to run with it, but he can't do that.
Should be a penalty.
I don't see a flag. They just wave it off and say he tried to call for a fair catch. But since he muffed it, they're going to mark it where he picked it up, which is the 6-yard line.
They've had some not very good starting positions. Graceland hasn't.
This is not a good one.
Certainly not. Might look for safety time.
Already having trouble spreading the Eagles out enough to open things up between the tackles, and now you're back inside the shadow of your own goalpost, 6-yard line.
Ball at the 6.
Defense has got a 0 up there. They intend to keep it there. 1:15, I think, to go here in the quarter. Quarterback keeps it and gets tackled immediately.
Michael Lewis on the carry. 49, Cameron Essick on a stop.
Lose 2 yards on that, Charlie.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Back to the 3, so it's a loss of 3. Another one of those, and we'll get 2 more points. We're under a minute to go. Looking to see. Cameron Essick is who was given credit for that tackle. Can't run it up the middle, can't go wide. Hasn't thrown it well yet. Tries to just punch out of there a little bit. Doesn't get very far.
I think he lost again.
That's Polk who had the long run before he was stripped of the ball.
On the stop for the Eagles.
No gain, and it's 3rd down and 13.
I think we'll have 15 yards for the punt, Charlie, if he doesn't make any yardage on this.
Well, they're going to get to talk about it a little bit because we're down to 10, and they haven't broken the huddle yet on the game clock.
I'll get to see this, though.
Yeah, you'll get to see this part of it. You'll probably get to call it because I can't see it. We're in the press box with the windows. For me to see to my right, there's a side window that I got to peer out. Jim Ray has a much better look at it this time because he's sitting to my left, so he's got a direct line of vision to the far right side of the field. That's the end of the first quarter, 28-0 in favor of the Eagles.
Should I warm my voice up, Charlie, for later on?
You better get ready. If you got any left after last night.
I'm talking about I might have to start singing here.
Yeah, you might have to. I've heard you've got a very good voice. You do some professional singing at events, do you not?
Rochelle and I do. We do a little bit of weddings and funerals. I've got a wedding coming up next Saturday.
You say weddings and funerals?
Yeah, those are quite the
kind of the same thing?
No. Well, it depends on who you're married to, Charlie. I'm married to a wonderful woman, so it's definitely always a wedding is the highlight of my life.
I understand that. I
was going
to say the same thing.
You better.
I can.
Charlie, you're a smart man.
I'm not that smart, but I'm not that dumb either.
Dummy, D-U-M-E.
D-U-M, dumb. So it's going to be 3rd down and 13 from the Yellow Jacket 3.
If they don't get much yardage here, they had it hard. They almost got that punt blocked last time. They'll be 2 yards short if they usually kick it from 15 deep.
Yeah, do you try and throw a slant or something to pick up 5 or 6 yards if you can't get the first down?
You want to get a couple of yards anyway.
You got to do something. You haven't picked up. You've lost 3 yards in the first 2 runs. Roll out, rolling towards me, left-hand throw, and it's out of bounds, and a flag comes flying in, and we're going to get perhaps offensive pass interference against Caleb Patterson.
I didn't see any defensive interference, but I could be wrong.
Well, they're pointing towards the Eagles. If that's the case, that'll be enough for a first down. Holding against the defense. And replay the down, not automatic.
Nope, it's only a 5-yard penalty, isn't it? I thought.
Yeah, it is a 5-yard penalty, so it'll be 3rd down, and it was 13, and now they've walked off enough to make it. It should be 3rd and 8. But it's 3rd and 3 somehow, so that was a 10-yard penalty. But maybe that's why it's 10 yards, but not for automatic first down as opposed to 5 and an automatic first down. But this gives them a little bit of yardage, a little bit of room to work, and a chance to pick up 3 yards and get a first down. 15 on the play clock as I look at it. Lewis with backs on either side of him. Hands it off, and that went nowhere in a hurry.
Going to lose on that play.
25, Dylan Johnson on the carry.
Will Miles. I was waiting to see if it was Miles or Daniels because it was a tall player. Miles almost got the handoff.
Yep, he was quick as a cat.
So it's a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down and 6.
Got room to punt now, Charlie.
Armstead back standing at the Yellow Jacket 45-yard line.
Should have great field position.
Simonson, the punter, gets it away. Going to bounce. Armstead's going to let it roll. Wish he'd play a little closer and not let that happen, because they're going to pick up an extra 7 to 10 yards. And it'll be down just at the 47-yard line in Eagle territory. We'll see who comes out to run the offense this time, as Brown was out and ran it the last time.
I think you might see Brown again.
And De Laurent standing at the back of the pack with his helmet off, so I don't think he's involved in it. Brown does come out.
I think you'll see some of the younger quarterbacks, too. This is a home game, so a lot of people dressed.
Keeley is the back next to him. Taylor at the bottom of the picture.
You'll see the starters definitely back in there at the start of the second half. Coaches always like to do that.
Schroeder and Williams at the top of the screen. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. Running play to Keeley up the middle. Finds a hole. Digs for about 8 on the carry. And a helmet comes flying off. Gets pulled off.
It's Byers, the center.
So he has to go out for a play. He switched over from guard. Is that what we played last year, Jim Ray?
Played guard last year, played tackle, too. He's in the more natural position as guard, and his center's a good idea. He lost some weight, too. He's down to about 270. He's from Pierce City, Missouri. Actually helped recruit that young man. I know his family. I know his grandfather.
2nd down and 2.
Went to school with him back in the day.
Good snap. Brown looks. Taylor got the first down. 39-yard line.
Taylor on the reception.
They're going to give Taylor a cushion.
Have to.
They've already seen him run by them.
Again, he's got that afterburner when the ball's close to him.
Yeah,
he lulls you to sleep.
When he has a chance to make a catch, he makes a catch. He goes and gets it. He battles harder than the other people do to get to it, get himself in position. Bottom of the screen.
You like him on those 50-50 balls.
Brown under pressure. Going to be sacked in the backfield by number 5, Kyle Sudak.
That's where he got a little happy feet. He should have zinged that one out of bounds.
Loss of 7 on the play. 2nd down, 17.
Loss of 7. 2nd and 17. But again, this is probably his first action of the season.
And he had some the very first week. And he got turf toe.
And then he got hurt. So got a little rust to knock off of him. Drops back, looks down. Flush, gets out, turns it on, and gets back the lost yardage. Plus another one, so it'll be 3rd down and 9.
He was just one tackle there from getting real close to that first down there.
Yeah, when he decided to run, he got there in a hurry.
He runs well.
Gain of 8 on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down, 9. Ball at the 38.
Williams, Taylor, Schroeder, Keeley, all on the right side. Could be Hardman on the other side. Reset. Snap. Looks down. Moves around a little bit. Throws. And there's Hards. But he had it. Got it knocked out of his hands. Nice play by number 20, Dalen Reading. Freshman from Hannibal. Or Reading. It'll be 4th down, and we'll see the first punt of the day for the Eagles.
Pin him deep and make him go the whole field, Charlie.
Looking at, looks like 11:09 to go here in the second quarter. 28-0. Isaac Reeves behind us doing our production work for us, our producer for today, doing yeoman's work in this heat, trying to keep things working for us. Standing just inside the 10. High snap. Gets it. High kick. Going to bounce. And downed inside the 3-yard line.
Great punt by Petrin. Great punt on the 1-yard line, Charlie.
Lane Moody, number 27, gets the ball down inside the 5. So, again, Graceland with terrible field position. They had it at their 6 the last time. They've got it at their 2, almost their 1 this time.
It's that clock running. Play clock, that is.
Yep. Lewis still in at quarterback. Running back comes out of the pile.
Dylan Johnson on the carry.
Dylan Johnson picks up about 5 on the play.
Corey Henley on the stop for the Eagles.
Corey Henley with the stop. I'm looking out a side window. You may hear Jim Ray's voice more than you hear mine in just a second, because he can see it better.
Yeah, I'd say it's really about 2nd down and 7, or 2nd down and 6, from my view.
Yep. Looking at the chains, I'd say you're right.
Play right up the middle, and it's going to be tackled by a convocation of Eagles.
LaMarcus Washington on the tackle.
Gain about 3 more, and there brings up a 3rd down and 2, or a very long 2 or a short 3.
Depending on how you look at it, it's long enough.
It's 3rd down, I can guarantee you that much.
You are correct about that. Lewis still the quarterback. 1 wide receiver, top of the screen, far right. Almost a sack again, almost a safety. And it is a safety.
Yes. I think that was Will Miles, wasn't it?
Miles was in there.
That's the one who was raising his hands.
I think Washington was in there as well, as may have been Anthony Hernandez. So now it's 30-0 in favor of the Eagles, and we still have 9:35 to go.
And we're going to get the ball back, Charlie.
And we're going to get the ball in pretty good field position, as they're going to have to free kick from the 20.
I wonder why everybody's coming up here.
They've just figured that out. The official with the ball in his hand is now getting his road work in, as he's going to run back to the 20 on the other end. He stops at the 35, and that's not the right spot. They tell him to keep walking.
I think he's trying to catch his breath.
It is a warm day, and that was like a 50-yard run one direction and then having to turn around and go the other direction, and he's still pointing, you're at the 20. Go back to the 20.
He's asking somebody, Charlie.
Yeah, well, they're standing at the 25, and I don't think that's right.
Should be at the 20.
He needs direction from somebody.
Somebody needs direction out there.
We might need direction. It might be us, Jim Ray.
Could be. I think officials will stand in between there trying to give him the ball. There you go.
Well, he's standing on the 20, so he's going to walk past the 20 to kick it.
Didn't know you could do that, Charlie.
I didn't know you could either. But he gets it away. Eagles take it about their own 29. I think that's Keeley.
It's Keeley.
Gets out to the 44, and the Eagles have good field position.
He would have come to the bottom of your screen there. He had a big lane down this right sideline.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to make it a little harder.
Methodist takes over first down 10.
It was almost a fight over the ball. The two deep backs plus he being the up back all were in the same spot to catch that ball. He's the one that got it. Jalen Brown back out at quarterback. Keeley, the running back, with him in the backfield. Taylor at the bottom of the screen. So at the 44-yard line in Eagle territory. Handoff, Keeley picks his way through. Nice tackle on the play.
Ty Davis on the, excuse me.
Yep, junior from New Orleans. NOLA. I bet the concession stand can't keep cold drinks in today, Jim Ray. I bet they're selling out of those things as fast as they can get them in the cooler.
I would say you're right. I'd almost take a cold one. I got a water sitting here, but it's plenty warm now.
I can help you out with that in just a second. Screen outside.
Great block out there.
Yeah, and they're throwing a flag right on top of it. So it's coming back. The flag just about ended up in the lap of the blocker out there for the Eagles, which was...
It was Armstead, wasn't it?
Armstead might have had the catch, but Williams is the one who may be flagged on this play. They threw two because there's another one at the 46-yard line in Graceland territory, maybe the same flag, and he just couldn't throw it that far.
I thought it was a pretty good block, but apparently it wasn't. Might have been a hold with it.
Here comes the white hat. Turn his mic on. On who? That's what he's asking now. They don't have the headsets on like the big timers do, where they can talk to each other.
That's why it was such a great block, Charlie.
Had him tied up literally and figuratively. So, after all of that, the gain and then the penalty, it is second down and 16 for the Eagles.
Second down, 16. Ball at the 38.
Motion out. Quick pitch out on the side.
Great
Reads,
block.
and here comes
There's
another flag.
Will you quit saying great block? Throw a flag every time you say that.
Yeah, I thought it was a good block, yeah. Looked like he was inside the frame, and that's a big deal. Keep your hands inside the frame. At least that's when I coached. That's the way it was.
So,
yeah, there you go.
fans yelling about a bad call. That would have been the 48 in Graceland territory and would have been third down and 2. And with this, now it's going to be second down. No flag for holding.
I was right, Charlie, one time in my life.
One more time, and we're going to stop at the casino on our way through Boonville, and you're going to play.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd object to that too much.
On your money, right?
As long as I get some of it after you win.
Sounds like a winner Jim Ray dinner.
Yeah, that's what it exactly sounds like. Third down and 2 now for the Eagles. 2 minutes to go in this first half, as best I can tell from the clock. Held up, but gets away a little bit. As that again was Kai Davis shooting through there, got a handle on it. Won't get credit for the tackle, but he sure held everything up.
He's the reason they got tackled up short. Bring up a punting down.
4th and 2. Yeah, it wasn't 2 minutes to go. It's 7 minutes to go. As I can see the clock a little better now. 7:22 it appears. If there was only a minute or so to go, I think we'd probably see him go for it.
Hey, what, they open that door up, we get a breeze through here, Charlie.
Well, we keep opening that door, and it just keeps blowing shut. Skips back. Picked up. Punted away. Nice high spiral. Fair catch called for and taken inside the 10. So the bad field position for Graceland continues.
I would have let that one go, Charlie. Take my chances that it got it went out of the end zone. Might have checked up on this turf.
It might have. You would have been a little worse off than you are now, but you're bad off anyway.
What are you talking, 7 yards there?
Yep. It's at the 7. You could have got out to the 20. Or you could have been back inside the 5 like you were the last time when you gave up a safety down in this situation.
And one play from doing that again.
Yeah, they just have the central lines, offensive and defensive, have dominated the game.
Playing against a bunch of youngsters. These kids are just a year or two out of high school.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of difference. You might have been a stud in high school, but it's a whole different world here. Nobody remembers your name from high school.
Yeah, when you tell them about all your yardage in high school, then they hit you in practice and tell you that doesn't matter anymore.
Welcome to the college.
Yeah, welcome to a little faster, bigger game. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8. I played baseball here at Central a long time ago, and we had an All-American quarterback by the name of Tom Stein. Came out for baseball, gave up a home run in about the first appearance he made, and the other team was Missouri Valley, and they welcomed him to college baseball. It wasn't football anymore.
That is correct.
Almost a tackle, gets the pitch off.
That was a heck of a pitch.
That's a heck of a run.
Yes, it is. Best run of the day.
This is Polk again. He had the big run that he had the ball taken away from him earlier and returned 50 yards the other direction.
First down 10, Graceland.
He's big, strong, shifty, and he's doing pretty well. He's got their 2 biggest runs. The run that he had the ball literally taken away from him while he was running and came back the other direction. That was Kaiwan Collins did that. And then this run from about the 10-yard line all the way out to the 43-yard line.
Good-looking kid, weighs 5'9", 232. He's a bowling ball, Charlie.
He is. We got a lot of confusion on the Graceland side right now as the wide receiver who was trying to go in motion, and he's not listed on the program, so I'll see if he's on their deep sheet anywhere. It's 88. I don't see him anywhere. So whoever it was wasn't sure where he was supposed to be set, and then he moved somebody else who wasn't sure that they were supposed to be moved, so a timeout called instead. 5:38, I think, left in the first half.
Look, there's a clock up here, Charlie.
Look the clock up where?
Here in the deal, it runs with the game clock on the field, so we know what the heck's going on. The sun blinds us.
That is correct. The play clock in the end zone off to my right is much easier to see that it says 25 than the one that's facing into the sun that says now 23 and counting. So 1st and 10 after that nice run by Polk. Going to throw, lefty, tucks it, going to be sacked in the backfield.
Michael Lewis on the carry.
LaMarcus Washington will get credit for at least half of that sack.
His name's been called a lot today, Charlie.
He has. He and Chambers, we could say Chambers' name on almost every play, and Hernandez. They're all around the ball all the time. 2nd down and 13 after that loss of 3 on the sack. Polk to the left of Lewis. Gets it on a belly up the middle. Going to pick up some yardage. He does a nice job. Makes something out of nothing. Yeah. Hernandez.
And Miles.
Pick up of 5 or 6 on the play. 3rd and 7.
Third down 7. Ball at the 46.
Under 4.5 to go here in the first half. We've got a lot of halftime stuff for you. Stick around. We've got the Eagles band to play. We've got cheer squad, dance team, and a ring ceremony. Up the middle. No, it goes outside. Quarterback kept it, pulled it out. Goes around the right side. Lewis gets enough for the first down.
Nice read there. The trouble with facing this Beer offense is you don't see it very often. When you try to simulate that in practice, you're never at the speed that they run it at, and so it's always difficult. It's something they don't see much anymore where you see it all the time.
It's hard for the practice squad to do what's done. Seen several high schools that have variation of that. Lamar has a 2-quarterback system where they do stuff, and then Excelsior Springs does it as well. Pitch on the outside. Man, the defense closed down on that in a hurry.
Yes, they did.
So he looked like he had some. Kamel was out there. Hernandez is out there. Chambers is out there. Loss of 3 on the play.
Henley was out there. Henley was out there too, number 7.
It looked like he had that set up to get something, and then all those linebackers came at it in a hurry, and cornerback came up and made the play.
Lost yardage on it. What, about 3 yards?
They lost 3 on the play. It's 2nd and 13. Coming up on 3:10 to go right now.
The Eagles don't like this ball in their territory. They hadn't been there very much today.
It has not been there. This is only the second time I think they've crossed midfield. 30-0 is the score. Quick snap.
Nice
Lewis
tackle.
tries to get it again, but he's going to be tackled in the backfield.
Number 26 on that tackle for the Eagles. That was Bolton. No, it can't be.
No, and then I thought maybe it was 28, and I know that's not right.
Because 26 is a running back. Bolton is.
And 28 is as well. So I'm looking around, peering. Could be 20. That's Kamel. He's the only
junior
two.
D-back.
He's the only 2 I see out there, 20 number out there right now, other than 24. That's Molinari. Could have been him.
Could have been him.
3rd and 15. Now what do you do with your playbook? Because here comes pressure. Screen pass. Blocked in the air and intercepted. .52. Michael Mexicano.
I don't think he
tip pass.
Did he tip it? I don't think he tipped it.
I think it was knocked up in the air, and then he caught it.
Correct. I think that was Will Miles on that tip.
It was going to be a screen pass, but too many Eagles got through too fast. There were about 6 of them in his face. Nowhere to go, got tipped up, and Mexicano comes down with the rebound, and it's Eagle ball.
You always want to give them a punch, at least one punch on that block to make them think they got through there, not just let them go like a water through a sieve. Or through a strainer. I don't know if anybody knows what a sieve is anymore.
Strainer works. De Laurent back in for the time being. He looks to the sideline. He's got all of his people with him. Keeley at quarterback. Taylor at the bottom of the screen. 2:09 to go, and Taylor's looking around. Oh, yeah, we need another body.
What happened when you start getting substitutions here?
Cesar Chaparro into the game, and there's an offside. And De Laurent is very unhappy because he had something that was going to be a touchdown, and it got stopped by the offside. I don't know if he had one-on-one down here with Taylor that he was looking at, or he had a wide receiver somewhere that wasn't being covered. But he wanted that play to continue.
Well, that's usually a free play, but I don't, I guess.
If he makes contact, then they stop it,
right.
Or if he has a unabated route to the quarterback, which I don't think happened. So 1st and 5, and let's see if anything changes from that this time.
Looks like same formation.
De Laurent resets.
I don't see anything lightning there.
Keeley pushes on through.
All right, Keeley on the carry for Central Methodist.
Picks up enough for a first down to the 28.
I can't tell you how hard that kid runs. He runs hard.
We're under 2 minutes to go. Eagles, I think, have 2 timeouts according to the board, I think.
As much as you can see.
Yeah, as much as I can tell off of that scoreboard with the sun right on it. 1:22, 2 timeouts, 28-yard line, 15 on the play clock. They don't want to run it down. They want to use it. There's Keeley, breaks 1 tackle but can't break another one as Tevin Cameron finishes it up.
Almost a horse collar, Charlie.
Pretty close. I think Amari Loudon had a shot at it to begin with. He's out of Los Angeles. 2nd and 10 as we're at the 1 minute mark before halftime.
They don't seem too concerned about time.
Got 2 timeouts. Going to Catavius Taylor in the corner, and it's intercepted by number 2, I think. It's intercepted and running up this sideline.
Not going to be 2, though. 8.
Number 8 finally taken down. That is Carson Quint. Do we have flags with all the whistles going off?
The ball was another dying duck.
Yeah, he threw into double coverage, and he underthrew it. The underneath man got the interception.
I think he was trying to throw back shoulder, but it just didn't get there.
Blocking below the waist on the return against Graceland. It'll be a penalty, back them up. 28.5 seconds to go, 38.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, half the distance to the goal.
Just inside the 15. Or just inside the 20. Now they go back for a little bit further. Now they go just inside the 15 to the 14.
That's where it should be at, 14, because they're on about the 28 and half distance to go.
First down 10. Ball up to 13.
See if they just want to run the ball a couple of times and get the halftime down by 30.
Be a smart thing to do.
That's what they do. See if the Eagles want to take a timeout and force them to run another play. There's 20. Nobody. 27 seconds right now. And it looks like we're going to halftime.
They shouldn't have to snap a ball at all.
They don't have to snap it. Eagles don't call timeout.
Second down 7.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7, but we're at 12 seconds to go before halftime.
Ball up to 16.
So a gain of a couple. And 3, 2, 1. No horn, but that's the end of the second quarter. And we brings it to halftime with the Eagles up 30-0. We'll let the teams clear the field. Eagles scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions and then got a turnover, strip, fumble, and return, and then a touchdown after that to make it 28. Safety on a pass play in the end zone makes it 30-0, and that's where we stand at halftime as we get ready for the halftime festivities. We'll put our mics up there. We'll quit talking, and you can get to hear what goes on at halftime here at Parents' Day. And I know that Natasha Wilson won an award this past week. I saw that on the Hart
Administrator of the
page.
Year,
Yeah,
correct?
Correct. And she's here. I saw her earlier.
Sports programs have done a tremendous job here all the way down. I can't think of a bad one, period.
No, you got men's soccer that's won 2 national titles.
They're ranked second in the nation right now.
And got to the Final Four or so last year, trying for a three-peat. You got the women's basketball team that's been overpowering the last couple of years with Mike Davis. Jeff Sherman's basketball program, always good, and he's reloaded and ready to go in what seems like his 40th season, but I think it's like 38.
I think it's 38. And don't forget women's soccer. They're ranked 8th in the nation.
You've got volleyball that's been good.
Ranked 11th or 12th.
Baseball team.
Second in the nation.
Second in the nation last year.
It's a great day to be an Eagle.
It's a great time to be an Eagle.
You got cheerleading, who's I won't
They've
spoil
won
it.
some stuff, and the dance team has won some national things as well.
Well, the cheerleading is going to be getting something here today.
Okay. That's the ring ceremony. We're waiting for the PA announcer to start, and then we'll put our headsets up so you can listen to that. And we've been promised food at halftime, Jim Ray.
Can't beat that, can you?
I can't, not yet. So as soon as the PA announcer starts talking, De Laurent opened the scoring with a touchdown run, and Catavius Taylor had a touchdown catch. So we're going to hopefully have the people on screen standing at midfield, and we'll turn it over to the PA announcer as soon as he gets ready to start talking. You'll hear him, and we'll have the ceremony that they're about to receive rings for.
Ladies and gentlemen, at midfield, this past April, the Central Methodist competitive cheer program made history with its first ever NCAA National Championship in Daytona Beach, Florida in the Advanced Small Co-Ed NAIA Division. The Eagles tallied a preliminary score of 89.82 and concluded the two-day event with a final score of 91.13. Their final marks received no deductions, propelling them to a first-place finish in their division. Now to present each athlete with their NCAA National Championship rings, please welcome Head Coach Taryn Fembler. First, we will recognize the athletes. Up first, Madison Crook. Emmy Schlepper. Olivia Burton. Kayla Bailey. Elise Dewey. Montana Bohannon. Camille Dobin. Josh Hurst. Emma Hoover. Abigail Rosa. Leah Starnes. Alexia Johnston. Haley Engelman. Hunter Lelusian. Katie Wheeler. Tegan Lovin. And last but not least, Blythe McCollum. Coaching staff of this fine group, athletic trainer Peyton Klein-Hesseling. Assistant coach Matt Fohn. And head coach Taryn Fembler. Ladies and gentlemen, please give another round of applause to your 2021 NCAA National Championship cheer team.
under the direction of Professor Skip Vanderlicht and the field command of Senior Drum Major Madeline Bartholomew. Central Methodist University proudly presents The Sound of Central, the 2021 CMU Marching Eagle Band. Today's halftime show opened with a fiery Spanish-flavored selection titled La Zorra. The band would next like to feature their color guard that is under the direction of Karen Jeffries. Today, the guard brings us a feature to the tune made famous first by Cannonball and the Headhunters, and then later by Wilson Pickett. Here's the color guard, The Sound of Central, and Land of a Thousand Dances.
You have to give me.
No.
The Sound of Central would next like to bring you the beautiful ballad from the musical and film West Side Story, featuring freshman mellophonist Alden Senior. Please enjoy Somewhere. The CMU band would like to thank you for your kind attention and applause. We invite you to join with us as we celebrate all CMU athletics with Fight Eagles.
And there you have the Central Methodist University Marching Eagles band, along with the dance team that was given their national championship rings. And it looks like we may have a little more for you here as well, as it looks like they're getting ready to do another routine. If the music starts, we'll put you back up so you can hear that. So we'll just wait a second to see. They're looking at, yep, here we go.
Welcome to the field, the CMU Eagles Envy Dance Team, led by head coach Matt Bowen. Envy, your music is on. Eagle fans, the Envy Dance Team. And remember, the CMU competitive cheer team will be signing commemorative posters recognizing their NCAA National Championship. During the third
All right, so that is the dance team. We saw the cheer team get their rings for a national championship. Jim Ray, you and I were talking earlier about all the good things going on athletically at Central Methodist, and I have to believe that a big part of that comes from President Roger Drake.
Dr. Drake does not like to lose, Charlie. I'll put it that way. And we, from record enrollments to success on the athletic fields to success in the academic arena, they've done a great job. And it's all a reflection of Dr. Drake, the Board of Trustees, and this administration in general, from top to bottom, from the guy who is sweeping the floor to the people in charge. Everybody emulates that same thing. They want to be a winner, and CMU University is a winner.
Yeah, everything kind of turned around when Dr. Drake showed up and started making some hires of some people like Natasha Wilson and some of the others that have gone, and some coaching staff. Coach Callaway here with the football program. Coach Sherman's been around a long time with the basketball program. Coach Davis has been around a long time with the women's basketball program. Nate Breland took over the baseball program and really had no head coaching experience to speak of, and has done a phenomenal job with the baseball program.
He learned underneath a pretty good mentor in Fred Smith from Boonville, assistant superintendent there at Boonville Schools now, who was should have been an All-American here, and he had one of the highest batting average in school history, but there's no records to be kept.
Yep, that's one of the drawbacks of the old days of when I played, because one of my friends and colleagues that I played baseball with at Central when I was here went into the Hairston Hall of Fame last year, and that was about a 3-year battle to get him in because of no stats. And the Steve Klein is who I'm talking about, and he was here in the mid-'70s, later part of the 70s, 75, 76, in that area, 74. He was an All-American basketball player. And then he was an All-American baseball player, and he played minor league baseball for the Cincinnati Reds and the Seattle Mariners. But there were no stats. No one had any numbers. There were no score books, no stats. So I've been kind of lobbying for what we'll call an old-timers wing, a veterans committee to be formed for inclusion of that for people that were around pre-record days. That there's lots of candidates who are acceptable, who should be in a Hall of Fame, but because there's no record of what they did while they were here, they're not included because it's all hearsay about what you did while you were here. So luckily with Steve Klein, Larry Holly was his basketball coach, and Larry Holly's still around, and Larry Holly's on the Hairston committee. So he had personal knowledge of him as a basketball player, and then Steve Phipps was the baseball coach, and Steve Phipps had personal knowledge of Steve Klein as a baseball player, as did I because I played with him for 2 years. Steve Klein was the best baseball player I ever saw, but I don't have the numbers. I know what they are, but I can't show them to you because they don't exist. There's no score books, there's no tallies, there's nothing from that period. So there are a lot of candidates who should be considered that are not because there's just no record of what they did. So
they didn't have any records for baseball. They have football records and things like that in basketball.
Oh, yeah, you had the Buster Delaroche years and all of that way back when, and they're around. But as far as baseball concerned, when I came to school here, there were no scholarships for baseball. It was football players and basketball players in the off season.
That's the biggest difference in the rise of the sports programs here is they give out on the varsity side, give out some bigger scholarships to entice these people to come here and get a great education and use their athletic ability to help them pay for their education. Let's face it, very few of these kids are ever going to go on to the pros. We can go into the NCAA Division I. Only 2% of the football players in the NCAA go on and make a career in the NFL. So the education is used as a vehicle. Your athletic ability is a vehicle to help pay for your education.
I've had children that have gone. I've had 2 kids that have gone to school here at Central, and one on an athletic scholarship and one on an academic scholarship, and I've had one go to college at another spot on a music scholarship. They're all ways to help pay for your college education. And as a parent, I greatly appreciate the fact that you give a chance to a kid by giving them a little bit of money and getting them in the door and changing the direction of their life a little bit.
I guarantee you 100% of the students that go to Central Methodist here have some form of scholarship for them to attend. There's nobody here paying full tilt. That's just the way we do things here at CMU.
And there's nothing that's absolutely wonderful that everybody gets a chance. Jim Ray's looking at some halftime stats as we get ready to start the second half, and I'm sure they're tilted tremendously towards the Eagles side.
They resemble the score of 30-0 is the way the stats roll. We'll get those as the game goes. 14 first downs for CMU, only 4 for Graceland. And we'll get kickoffs here coming up. We'll get these as we roll along the game.
Petron tees it up. We have a different guy in the back this time than the previous that couldn't decide whether he should catch it or let it go, and it almost ended up being a disaster. This is caught at the 1-yard line and brought out, probably not wisely. Pile keeps moving. He might get to the 25, which is where he would have gotten if he'd have let that go into the end zone.
Punishment on his body may not be worth it.
Yeah. Joseph Slattery comes off the pile a little wobbly. If he was inside getting hit by everybody pushing in each direction, that could happen.
Telltale stat, Charlie, is Graceland has 0 yards passing. They've only attempted 1 pass, and it was an interception.
Yeah, and he's not.
So I just don't think they're built for throwing.
They're not, and they're not built for big comebacks. Lewis, hands off. Hard running up the middle.
Johnson on the carry.
Johnson runs that ball very, very hard.
Chambers, Camel on the stop.
Polk had a couple of carries in the first half for Graceland. They were good carries, big carries. One of them, he got stripped of the ball and it headed the other direction. But he's made some good runs.
Run more of an I formation now, Charlie. You got some splits there.
And a pitch, it's on the ground. It's still on the ground rolling around. The Eagles are all over it, but so is everybody else.
You got the Grease Pig out there, Charlie.
Fumble on the play.
CMU's calling they got it. Don't think that's the case, Charlie.
I think it's the case because everybody's leaving the field and looking to see whose that is getting up at the very end. I didn't see anybody with the football.
I've not seen an official call.
But Anthony Johnson was the last one off the pile.
First down, 10.
We'll give him the fumble recovery right now, Charlie.
Haven't heard anything, but Graceland's defense is out there, and here comes the Eagle offense, so had to be a turnover. That's at turnover number 3.
That's correct. I never did see a signal. 2 fumbles and an interception, if I'm not mistaken. Might actually be 4. It might be 3 fumbles.
Yeah. De Laurent back in at quarterback. Hands. Going to be a gain of 5. We'll see who that is off the bottom of the pile for the Eagles.
It was the 3rd fumble, Charlie.
Okay. So 4 turnovers. Devin Armstead with the carry. We've only seen him on punt and kickoff returns, but now he's got a shot at running the ball. Gets 5 yards on that, so it's 2nd down. And 5. We've got some equipment that has been torn off. Don't know if that's a number or what that is that's coming off.
It's like a backpack, clear down the back of the. Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's not necessary because it just got thrown to the side again.
Equipment manager picking it up.
Armstead again up the middle. Going to pick up 4 and it'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Armstead on the carry for the Eagles.
They're controlling that line of scrimmage, Charlie, I'm telling you.
And there's nothing wrong with just grinding this out and letting the clock run.
For 55 there, Tornis got a great block. Torres. Evans. Evans, yes. Sometimes they have an alphabetical order the other way. And
a roster in alphabetical order is a nightmare for announcers.
Yeah, but I'm talking about they'll put the first name, the last name first, and the first name second. This was the correct way of my way of thinking.
So 3rd down and 2. 12:20 to go. Armstead not going to get there this time unless he gets second effort. He's being hog-tied down at the bottom, and that is Dewan Crudup.
Thank you.
Had a hold of Armstead, would not let go, lost it 2, and it is going to be 4th down. And about 4 yards, and the Eagles are going to go for it. The only thing you could do here, maybe Jim Ray, kick a field goal if you want to work on your field goal kicking a little bit.
I think I'd go for it for the heck of it.
Punting's not going to do you much good. Kick it in the end zone, you're only going to gain 4 yards or lose 4 yards. So Central's going to take a timeout as the play clock was winding down, and they'll talk about it on the 4th down. Natasha Wilson, your administrator of the year, just brought in a bag of goodies for us. I turned around to see if our producer Isaac Reeves got anything, and he's already halfway down with the potato chips.
Just say you could have mine because it's a little warm up here. I'd drink the water, though. Appreciate it, Natasha. Very nice gesture here.
Absolutely. We get treated well at Central. The heat causes us some problems with our equipment. But we're glad to show and do football games and then the basketball games in the wintertime. So 4th down and about 4. They need to get all the way to the 20-yard line for a first down. De Laurent in the shotgun. Armstead, I think, next to him. Comes a blitz, picked up, thrown over the middle, tipped, and then tipped again.
Spun that ball pretty well then that time, Charlie.
Yep, tipped. Nice play defensively by Carson Quint. Tipped it away, so it'll go over on downs at the 24-yard line. Eagles on defense now. 11:34 to go as we're just underway in the third quarter. 30-0 is the score in favor of the Eagles. It was 21-0 in the first quarter, and then a touchdown and a safety in the second quarter made it 30-0. That's where we are right now. Lewis at quarterback. Drops back. Lefty looks downfield. Going to wing it as far as he can into double coverage and overthrown. Intended receiver was Caleb Patterson. Brandon Molinari.
Charlie,
and Eric Mays.
Have a young man who wanted to get here this year, couldn't get here this semester. Must be listening to the game because he said, I'm ready to dive in and ready. Go Eagles. Texted me on the phone here. It's Gerald Brown from down in Texas.
Okay.
So that's we got future Eagles listen to the broadcast, Charlie.
Well, that's great. There's a run. Not going to get much out of it. Jim Ray and I are happy to come in and do these ball games for the Central bunch here. Rachel Moore, the SID here at Central Methodist, always gracious and helps us get everything we can get set up and paves the way for us to get things done.
They do an outstanding job here all the way around.
Yep, it's third down. The sticks say it's only second down as the fans are yelling it's third down, and he wins. Good job by a fan to know there was an incomplete pass. And then that run. Here comes another pass play, and he's going to be run down from behind, perhaps, maybe stripped. But run down and tackled by number 20. That is Kamel.
There was a corner blitz on that. That's the reason why that happened. Brought some heat. Good call by the defensive coordinator, Marty Stewart. He actually coached Coach Callaway when he was in school at Langston. Coach Callaway was an All-American, and he was a DC then down at Langston University.
Well, that just tells you what the player thought of the coach, that they're on the same staff later on in life.
One of his mentors in life, Coach Callaway, is Marty Stewart. Great guy. I've known Marty since '88, Charlie, when I started, when I was head coach at Kemper.
Rush on again. Punter falls down. No flag comes out. The ball goes out of bounds. Looks for something. At the most, that's a 5-yard running into penalty, and that would make it 4th and 9, so it really doesn't help a whole lot, except the punt was not the best. And when it's all said and done, where are they going to put the ball down at? They're going to put it down at just inside the 46-yard line, at the 45 in Graceland territory.
CMU had 18 carries for 118 yards. Leading ball carrier was Keeley. He rushed for 43 yards on 8 carries. Did a great job. De Laurent was on passing, was 7 for 10 for 70 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Jalen Brown was 4 attempts, 3 completions for 52 yards.
And Brown's back in at quarterback. Quick out to Catavius Taylor on the corner, and he breaks it, and he's going to go. Taylor's going to go 45 yards for a touchdown on just a little short pass out. He breaks one tackle, gets through the coverage, and gets into the end zone.
And he made that look easy.
He did. He kicked it into a gear. He split 2 defenders. And as soon as he was through that, it was free sailing for him. So
Katie barred the door.
second touchdown catch of the day for Catavius Taylor. He and one of the coaches doing a little dance on the sideline. So 36-0 with 9:39 to go.
He had 3 receptions for 42 yards in the first half, so you're adding to that, Charlie.
Yeah, he's got 4 catches now, 2 touchdowns, and 42 and 45 is 87.
That's the way I figure. You may not see much more of Catavius Taylor today.
May not see much more of throwing the football much unless it's things they need to work on.
I think you may see a youngster. I hope he has 3 quarterbacks ready for the day.
If not, somebody may get a chance. Look down their roster and see who's got another quarterback by their name.
There's several of them on there, but I don't know.
Slattery and Matthew Luna are both listed as quarterbacks. Slattery is a junior from Pensacola, Florida. Matthew Luna is a sophomore from Texas. We'll know. We'll see him start to play a little catch on the sideline if that happens. He may want to get Brown some work because he hasn't had a lot lately. Looks like we've got basketball players on the ball crew because those are some of the larger people I've seen. They're tall individuals.
Tall, not very bulky, though.
No, they're not football players. It's pretty obvious.
Now, Charlie did play some football for Boonville.
He did?
Good receiver. Petron's kicks keep getting higher or what?
And we're all the way back to just inside the goal line. Pops through one wave, hit by his own player and knocked out of bounds. So
Petron's a safety on this, but I tell you what, if we get to him, we may have troubles.
They're not always good tacklers. That was Jalen Gilliard with that return. Gets out to the 25, so the nice return does the exact same thing as if it would have been 1 yard further.
Petron has the build of a linebacker. He's 6'2", 205, or a big safety.
He's not 5'6", 145.
No, he's not, Charlie. A little bigger than most kickers.
Graceland's still in that formation. They're going to hand it up the middle. No, they're not. Quarterback keeps it, tries to turn the corner, and gets buried out on the end by Anthony Hernandez and London Chambers. Gain of 2.
I said he was 5'9". He's 5'10", 210, Charlie.
Who's that?
Hernandez.
Okay.
A little bigger, a little thicker than I thought he was. He is thick. He's a spark plug again. And may be gracious on the heights, too.
8.5 to go here in quarter number 3 with a 37-0. We got some warm-up action on the sidelines, as Jim Ray anticipated. We got somebody down playing catch. We'll get that for you right in a second. Misdirection and a tackle in the backfield, as London Chambers had none of that misdirection stuff.
He played a good game today.
He stayed in his lane and made the tackle, and that's the loss of yardage and takes him back to the original line of scrimmage and makes it 3rd down and 10. Well, we did have somebody playing catch there. They are down there. That's 15. That is Brian Jones playing catch, maybe. Can't be. He's listed as a wide receiver.
He's maybe playing catch because he's going to warm up to go in, Charlie.
3rd and 10. They break up that 3-back backfield. There's just one back there now. Lefty Phillips airs it out. It's in the air. And a lot of fighting going on for the ball. As Collins.
Did a good job on that.
Good coverage on Gillian. 4th down and 10. And punt team on. That's Simonson.
He hasn't kicked the ball particularly well today.
He's kicked it short and got an extra 10 or 15-yard roll out of almost each one. Armstead standing at his own 44.
I say that, and he's got a 44-yard average just for it's been short kicks they have rolled.
Well, this is from the 25, so let's see where this one goes. Almost blocked. End over end. Hits at the 42 and rolls across midfield. Circling back and being down in between the 48 and 49. So it's a 26-yard punt, 27-yard punt.
where Central Methodist will
ruining his average here, Charlie.
It is. He's under pressure because he's just getting these away. He's had at least 3 almost blocked.
See if there's a new quarterback or not.
Nope,
I believe there is.
Brown comes running back out.
You're right.
Taylor still on the field. Langlois, the running back. So we'll probably see some handoffs and maybe some
may not know
quarterback draw stuff.
He throws that ball like a quarterback, 15 does.
$7:10 to go in the third quarter, and we'll burn another timeout, does Central, as the clock was running down. There's confusion about the play call. Announcer had a little problem with the school name, Central Methodist.
Sound like he was on it.
Obviously didn't go to school here. Things have changed since I was here, Jim Ray. All for the better. Davis Field's been renovated with turf, scoreboard, bleachers have been redone. Lots of good things going on here at Central. They seem to always be building something. The new Science Center that was built a couple of years ago. The Mabry Student Union building that was built years ago.
2005, I believe.
And it's not called the Mabry building anymore. It's now named the
Inman
Student Center.
Yep. Dr. Inman's the one who did that when she was here as the president. They also are redoing Clinging Field right now. I don't know if the coaches are over there yet or not. They were going to be there, thought, by the school year start.
That's being made into, that's where the wrestling program takes place, right?
And cheer and dance. And
There
football
you go.
coaches will be down below in what used to be the weight room or the dungeon.
Handoff up the middle, going to pick up a couple of yards. That's Langlois.
Big Evans leading the way there. Big
Langlois, as the
tackle.
announcer says. Pick up a 3.
On the stop, gain of 4 on the play, second down 6.
It's a mighty long 6.
Yeah, it's a really long 6.
I'm going to say you're right, Charlie.
I'm going to go for 7. It was at the 48, and it's in the 49 now in Yellow Jacket territory. Brown back, looks outside, ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. Headed for Cooper Wilson.
He's just not as tall as Del Laurent.
Yeah, he's not 6'6". That's, you're going to
He's
look
6
at
foot even.
6 foot. And he was a transfer student in here.
Correct.
From Arizona.
I thought Morning House, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I stand to be corrected.
There had been a string of those quarterbacks coming in as seniors from other places to finish out their careers. But now with Del Laurent, it looks like they've got something to build on in the future. And there's going to be a sack.
First one of the game.
Cale Ridnour, one of those. It'd be 4th down. Clock continues to run. 6:20 to go here in the third quarter. 37-0. It's been all Eagles from the beginning. The furthest penetration by Graceland ended up in a fumble return. Coming back the other way, 50 yards for Central.
Almost a TD.
Almost, by Kaiwan Collins. So the ball is at the 44, so we'll be able to gauge the punt. Petra just hangs on to it, gives us a return spiral. It's going to be fair caught at the 10-yard line.
Home player ran into him.
That's a 46-yard punt, no return.
That was a perfect spiral, just turned over perfect.
And he waited, gave his team a chance to get down the field a little bit further as there was no pressure on him. He had one person rushing him.
A reminder, Eagle fans, concession stands closed at the end of the third quarter.
They just announced that the concession stand will close at the end of the third quarter. They may be out of stuff. Because I went down there at halftime, and there was quite a line waiting to get the things from the concession stand. Phillips hands it off up the middle. And the pile does not get pushed forward. The pile gets pushed backwards.
CMU's defensive line and linebackers have done an excellent job today. Been a great game plan here by Marty Stewart, the two defensive coordinators.
Yeah, on both sides. The offensive game plan was worked to perfection in the first quarter with 21 quick points. Knew what they wanted to attack, did it. De Laurent, Brown.
I think they've taken the gas off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah, I think they've taken it easy at this point. They're not trying to run it up on anybody. There have been years where it's been run up on the Eagles, and they didn't like it, so they're not going to run it up on somebody else. They're comfortably ahead. They don't want anybody to get hurt. Here comes Phillips around the outside, keeps it, taken down by Joseph Slattery and Davion Stockard.
I can see the Eagles, but I can't see Graceland at all. I'd have to get in Charlie's lap to see.
We're going to have to ask for a remodel here, Jim Ray.
Just need to cut out this one post.
Yeah, we need to go a little wider, have it full window.
Yeah.
Third down after that pickup, and a long two. Up ahead, and it's going to be able to pick up the first down.
Number 32, McGraw on the carry.
They haven't had too many of those today, Charlie. They only had 4 in the first half.
Jashawn McGraw, a freshman from Groveport, Ohio, picks up 4 on third down and 3.
Amazing thing is, Central Mass only had the ball 14 minutes and 44 seconds, and Graceland had it 15 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah. It used to be time of possession was an indicator of the ball game, but with the passing game the way it is these days, it's not an indicator of the ball game anymore.
That is correct, especially on these quick score.
6-play drives. There goes Polk, I believe, up the middle.
McGraw on the carry.
And he says McGraw.
Quick scrawl McGraw.
I don't think there's any quick draw to it. He's got the physique of the bowling ball that you were talking about, small and a load, 32. You got him on your sheet over there anywhere?
I do. Sorry.
It's okay.
It is Jashawn McGraw.
And he is?
About 5'10", 240. He's a
Carries.
bigger bowling ball than the last one.
Carries again, and enough for a first down. Clock continues to run.
They got a couple bowling ball back there, Charlie.
Yeah. Hey, Jim Ray, the clock on the scoreboard's getting easier to see now.
2:28. The sun's actually a cloud come over the top.
Which is okay by me. It was hot. I pulled into the parking lot at the high school where I was last night. It was 92 degrees when I pulled into the parking lot.
It was only about 89 at Boonville last night.
Well, where I was, there was a lot more hot air than where you were, Jim Ray.
Oh, no, I was talking. Still says 91 here, Charlie.
Yeah.
Plenty more here in Fayette, Missouri. Or Fayette, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's it, Fayette Nam. That's an old thing we used to say here back when I coached in the early 90s.
Van Dyke and Slattery on the tackle of McGraw as he continues to grind it out. Picks up about 7 on that one.
Big Ganaway coming in.
Second down 3. Ball at the 39.
In for Van Dyke, the other big boy, the other 300-pounder up front. I think they're platooning, Charlie. It's hard on a big guy like that.
In this heat, I would know. Back to pass. Going to be flushed. Decides to run. Gets away from one man. Cuts inside. Gets to midfield. Dives ahead.
Michael
Lewis on the carry.
Eric
Mays trips him up enough to get him to the turf.
First down.
Miles back in.
Ball at their own 49.
Yeah, they just got out around it there. They had a couple chances early to get him, and boom, he ran right by him. Broke a couple tackles. Nice run. Still haven't got quite into CMU territory.
Looking on a sideline for Marquess Daniels, because I don't think he's in the lineup.
I think he had that hamstring he's been nursing, so I'm sure they said, the heck with this.
Yeah, I'm sure they pulled him out, too, with a lead like it is. And I don't know who's got the ball, but they're tackled at the 48-yard line, 49. Quarterback was there trying to hand it off as the tackle was being made. Probably would have been better if he could have pulled it out, but he couldn't.
Ganaway comes off for a break. 92 comes back in for him. And that would be Richard McKines, excuse me.
Freshman out of St. Louis.
He's another big one. They got some big guys in there. He's 5'10", 290. He's a block of granite. Should have played for Fordham.
Battle in the third quarter. 37-0 as the Eagles put 7 on the board in the third quarter. And we'll go to the fourth quarter with the Eagles up 37-0.
And definitely all Eagles today, Charlie. Way I like it.
You can hear the band playing in the background under the direction of Skip Vandalik and Steve Litweiler, two former high school band directors that with last game, Jim Ray, we were trying to figure out about 80 years of experience between the two of those gentlemen.
They both had 30 years in high school. I know that much at least. Plus what they've been here. Skip's been here for about 8 or 9 years now, 10.
Well, I know about what year Skip graduated from college here at Central, so it'd be pretty easy to figure out how many years he's been a band director.
Pretty renowned for his directing, too. Was a great job.
He would be in year 43 or 44 about now. And I know that Steve Litweiler was at Boonville for 29 years, and he was at another school or two before that. So
he's 65 years old, so he's been 43 years, too. Same age as my little brother, that's what I know. They graduated in 74 from high school.
McGraw, the ball carrier.
They used to get in a little trouble together back in the day.
Back in the day, can't believe that. All
unlike myself, who was an angel.
I have 4 children. One of them had Skip Vandalik as a high school band director. The other 3 had Steve Litweiler as a band director. My oldest daughter, Allison, lives here in Fayette. She had Mr. Skip Vandalik as her band director in high school. And my daughters, Rachel and Sarah, and son Ross, were all in the Boonville Pirates, Silver Pirate Marching Band. Phillips rolls, stops, and going to get sacked. I believe that's Chambers again. And Joseph Slattery.
Yep.
So Slattery's not going to be a quarterback today.
He just loosened an arm up.
That'll bring up 4th down as we reminisce through 2nd down and 3rd down.
I have to look up and see when Boonville's ever started out. Boonville. CMU's ever started out with 3 wins. It'd be 3-1 at the end of 4 games. Been a long time.
It's been a long time. You are correct. Armstead back. Punter gets it away. Armstead going to step up and catch it. Didn't signal for a fair catch. Hit immediately and downed.
Kevin Armstead on the return.
He wants to run that ball in. They had a chance all day. That's not a very smart thing to do there.
Dalen Reading on the stop. Freshman from Hannibal, Missouri. Out of the North Central Missouri Conference High School Athletic Department.
Had a big game last night. Scored 60-some points, I believe. Great football up there.
I've even got my wife where she's looking at football scores on Friday night of high school games, and she's just amazed at the score of the 8-man football games. 78-52, 80-8. There's no running clock in eight-man football.
My nephew up in Iowa played 8-man football. He's about 6'2", 240. He's a tight end and a defensive nose tackle. Started as a freshman, only 14 years old at that point, just turned 14. They lost the state championship game 105-96.
Highest scoring game in Missouri State High School Activities Association history.
Yeah, and that was actually in Iowa. It was
Iowa's. Yeah,
it
you're
was
right.
Iowa.
It's the highest scoring game, I think, in the nation.
Yes.
Ever.
Both teams put together. It was back and forth, back and forth. Their quarterback got hurt late. They might have won it.
Gain of 1 on that play. De Laurent hands the ball off.
He's already got a verbal offer from Northern Iowa as a freshman.
Coming out of the pile all fired up is Amari Loudon. It'll be 3rd down and 7. One of the Graceland players looks at his bench and he's trying to get them to make some noise, and I think that was met with a sneer from the sideline. No fans on that side.
Hard to cheer when it's 37-0, Charlie.
It is hard to do that, but you're playing for a little bit of pride. The Eagle defense is playing for a shutout. Graceland doesn't want to give up. Whoever's on the field right now for Graceland does not want to give up a big play. And there's a 1st down pitch and catch from De Laurent.
Throws that ball with such ease. The ball really spins out of his hand most of the time.
Schroeder on the catch. It'll be enough for a 1st down. Keep the chains moving. 11:37 and counting.
Taylor's still in there, Charlie. I thought he'd be out. Trying to get his place as a offensive player of the week in the Heart with 2 touchdowns.
He probably needs a little bit more than 4 catches and 87 yards. Handoff. Up the middle to the 45-yard line.
I was watching him work down here. That was just a running play, and he just still running a pattern, hitting it hard, not loafing.
Kelton Whitehead, the running back, senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, getting some touches here.
This is good for the players. Get a chance to play here.
Yep, you work hard in practice, you get rewarded a little bit. Picks up 5, 2nd down and 5. Shift now, backs on either side of De Laurent. Hands it off. Whitehead again. He's close to a 1st down. Line judge down on this side of the field's got it marked as a 1st down.
So they have a tight end there now, Keon Bass, playing tight end for the Eagles, number 40. Dates my granddaughter. That's the reason I was bringing that up, Charlie.
That's why you're familiar with him?
That is correct. He was a kid also I recruited out of Texas.
And for those of you that don't know about Jim Ray and I, my son dates Jim Ray's daughter.
Craziness, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if it's him or her, maybe both.
Well, I can't speak for her, but he's a little on the nutty side.
Cray side?
Yeah.
Gets that from your
A little bit. Gets it from my side of the family. Well, my wife is very demure and quiet. I'm the loud mouth that he got it from.
Well, Sierra is cray from both sides.
No gain on that. 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to run. 9.5 to go.
Shout out to them. They may be listening up in Raymore, Missouri.
Raymore. My son is a special ed teacher at Belton High School, just south Kansas City. They're 4-0 on the year. Schroeder with the catch. A little extracurricular activity in the backfield.
He's been De Laurent's favorite receiver today.
Well, he needs to find him a possession receiver that can catch the short ones across.
It was last year. It was Cooper Wilson a lot.
It was Cooper Wilson a lot.
This year it seems like it's Schroeder.
You know, sometimes a quarterback just has a chemistry with somebody that he trusts implicitly, and right now couldn't make the handoff, so De Laurent just kind of moves forward, and he's close to a 1st down.
I believe it's going to be a first, Charlie. Smart play by him.
They're looking, and we got a player down in the back. One of the running backs, it looks like, maybe down.
It's a knee or cramp. Looks like a cramp.
Let's hope it's a cramp, as hot as it is. But I'm surprised we haven't had more of that.
Yeah, this isn't football weather. This isn't weather for a fat man like me either. Might have to have a beverage of choice tonight, Charlie.
I thought that would take place last night, Jim Ray, after the ball game. I didn't know what kind of shape you might be in for today.
Well, they had a big ball game here. I thought I'd better be at my best.
That's Devin Armstead coming off. After that Boonville win last night, I didn't know if you'd have any voice left today or not.
I'll tell you what, it was last night it was getting a little hoarse, but sleep took care of it all.
And your wife taking good care of you.
She's actually had to go to Springfield to teach for OTC. She has a lab today. She'll be back till tomorrow.
Ball at the Graceland 40-yard line.
First and 10 for the Eagles at the 40. Little break for her.
Yeah.
And you?
No, I no break for me. I'm working, Charlie. I guess she is, too.
I thought maybe it was a break from you for her.
Maybe that's true, Charlie.
Going to switch the running back and the blocking back around by De Laurent. And he's going to hand off, go this way to the running back. Cuts back up inside. Keeps turning and almost comes all the way out of it. That's Langlois.
That was a great cut there.
And De Laurent moved him to his left so that he could come back across the formation and go off the right side instead of just running straight ahead from the right side. So it gave him a little extra time for the line to get their blocking done. Clock continues to run, 7:49 to go.
Coach Davis on the sideline signaling in the plays for the CMU Eagles. He has a long hair and a long ponytail.
The pink gloves, that's who was doing the dance with Catavius Taylor a while ago after the touchdown. There's Langlois again. Down inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line.
He was smelling goal line, Charlie.
He's going to want his number called again for getting all the way down there. He had a torn glove or something. He looked around and showed it to the coach and then said, no, I'm good. I can stay in. He wants the ball again. So the Eagles up 37-0. 7 minutes even to go in the ball game. Down to 5. There's Langlois. And he's going to get pushed into the end zone for a touchdown.
Nice run. That was a lot of good effort by the offensive line up there, but even better effort by the running back.
Yep, nice reward for that running back to have gotten the 2 or 3 runs to get him down there, the hard yardage to get pushed in. And so 43-0. 6:45 to go. Need the holder. He comes running out to do that. That's Schroeder. Ball's down. Kick on the way. And good. 44. So 6 touchdowns, 6 extra points, and a safety. That's how we have arrived at 44.
It's a good number, Charlie. Reggie Jackson's number.
Mr. October, we're only in September, but that's all right.
Getting closer by the day.
Time just is running by.
We're 40% done with this, almost 40% done with this season here in college football.
Yeah. Game number 4 about in the books. Week 4 of high school football in the books.
A lot of noise being around the state of Missouri with that victory by Boonville Pirates over the.
Yeah, like I say, where I was last night was Jeff City was playing, and as they were leaving, I had it up watching it on my computer, Jim Ray. We were done, but I wasn't breaking down to get done. I was watching, and the guy said, "What do you got?" And I said, "Blair Oaks, they're losing." And he came back and watched for a while.
Unbelievable victory. I think his leg's starting to wear out, Charlie.
Yeah, and flags go down as it goes out of bounds. And he kind of shrugs his shoulders as he comes off like they can't all be. And we see defensive players on the sidelines starting to get gear off. Will Miles just took his pads off. He's done for the day.
Which he should be.
Yep, no reason for players to get out there with fatigue thinking, where they may get hurt.
Well, it just gives the youngsters some time to get in and play some ball.
It gives them a reward for practicing hard. If they never get in, then they're not going to practice all that hard because there's not going to be any positive reinforcement for them somewhere down the line.
Might see Connor Layton here, young man from down in Springfield, Missouri. Don't know if he's in there or not. I'm looking for number 57. I don't see him.
Well, let's see. Lewis is still in at quarterback. Around this side, nice fake. Tripped up.
Isaiah Studer's in there.
Before Michael Lewis on the carry.
Drake Dudley with the tackle.
He's a second teamer. So on the depth chart. He's just a freshman. 5'11", 180.
Yeah, Isaiah Studer's out there from Austin, Texas.
Got family down in Mountain Grove, Missouri. I coached his uncle.
Darian Bell from Texas, also out on the field for the Eagles right now. So getting some playing time on the varsity level. Always helpful.
Aaron Barrow is usually their nickel back. He does get a lot of time in there. He's in there too deep.
For the Yellow Jackets, Isaiah Studer, Millick, McCurdy on the stop.
Studer not a big guy.
It was Derek Gefford from Detroit, Michigan, freshman. They are just loaded with freshmen and sophomores. They're going to be good in the next couple of years. They're going to take their lumps now, but it's going to make them better next year and the year after that.
Remind you of Culver a couple years ago, Charlie.
And that's why now Culver is dangerous.
Very. I like to see them against Grandview, see what happens.
2nd and 9. Punching through the original line of scrimmage out to midfield, falling forward to the 49 in Eagle territory.
On the carry for the Yellow Jackets. Gain of 3 on the play.
Right to midfield, so it's 3rd down and 6 with 4:50 to go in the ball game.
Big Ganaway coming back in there for Van Dyke, not Leroy.
But Leon.
It's an L-E-R. Guess that's along with E-L-O.
Quick pass out, but incomplete. Intended for Brant Peltier from Danbury, Texas. 4:29 to go, and it's 4th down.
I think he'll go for it, Charlie.
Why not? Lewis is going to stay out there, but nope, here comes the punt team. Here comes the punt return team for the Eagles, and we'll have a new man back as Armstead went off gimpy a while ago. This is Ashton Bonner, who started the ball game as running back and picked up some yards in the first half.
Just a freshman. He's out of Franklin, Georgia.
Out of Franklin, Georgia.
They list him at 140 pounds, Charlie, 5'6".
And that one's blocked. They've been struggling. They've been flirting with that all day. Recovered, but it's the Eagles' ball inside the 30.
Yeah, they had been close on several different occasions.
At least 3 occasions they were within hand's reach of getting to it. So now they have. They've got a block to go along with 4 turnovers, Jim Ray, 3 fumbles and an interception.
Yes. If you want to call that turnover there, I don't know if you would or not. I guess it would be. So you can block kick. Looking for a different quarterback, Charlie.
Nope, Delaront's out there again. And he's got Kelton Whitehead as the running back with him.
Raleigh, North Carolina, senior.
I would expect he'll get several carries here in this with 4:20 to go. No reason to want to run the play clock down now. The clock's not running, so go ahead at 3 and snap it. And that's Whitehead up the middle.
Still think they got a lot of their first team offensive line back in there.
Noah Collar on the tackle for Graceland. Pickup of 5. 2nd down, 5. 4 minutes even to go here in this ball game. Handoff again. This is Bonner. Ducks through and gets down close to the 10, just inside the 10-yard line. So it'll be first and goal with 3:30 to go.
First and goal for the Eagles, ball at the 9.
De Laurent going to let the play clock run down some. It's a 27, so he's got plenty of time. Eagles not in a big hurry to score. Graceland defense is waving that they need somebody out there, but nobody's coming onto the field. Play clock at 12. The Parent Day crowd going to go home very happy for the Eagles. Down to 3, hands it off. Bonner inside. Down to about the 5-yard line. Another 40 seconds going to run off the clock. 2:43 to go.
Cole Ridnour on the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
Cole Ridnour on the tackle. Will be under 2 minutes
Gain of 3 on the play.
when this is snapped.
Ball to 6.
Second down. Goal from the 6. No hurry by the Eagles. They're happy to run it down. 2:07. And a handoff. Going around the right side. Going to get to the corner for a touchdown. Ashton Bonner with a touchdown. Up, but there's a flag on the play. So the band stops playing until we see what the call is. The Eagles are backing up. Holding against the offense. So with 1:54, it'll be backed up, and it'll be second down and goal from about the 15 or 16-yard line once they get done with the walk-off.
Not trying to run this up, Charlie, but I think Graceland's kind of giving up, aren't they?
Well, it's been a tough day, and they're down 44 points. There's a little bit of pride out there right now. They don't want to be scored on again.
After the penalty, second down goal. Ball to 16.
Second goal from the 16, 1:54 to go. Clock not running. Play clock not running. Or the game clock not running after the penalty. So De Laurent doesn't need to run it down as far. Hands it off. Bonner again. Wrapped up and thrown down by Loudon. Sophomore from Los Angeles, California.
One more snap will do this, won't it, Charlie?
Well, we're going to get up. We'll be under 1 minute when this one is snapped. And it's third down and goal.
They will try not. The referees try to. It's a lot different when it's a close game. They'll set that ball quick, but
yep. And get it snapped.
Case, yep.
Nope. 18 on the play clock. Christian Bryce checks in for the Eagles. Sophomore out of Crockett, Texas. Looks like a victory formation. De Laurent with 1, snaps it. Takes a knee. 58 seconds when he took it. We'll see when they set it. Yeah, mighty slow knee, and they haven't started the 40-second play clock yet. Now they have. It's about a 9-second difference. So it'll be fourth down.
Peter going to try to keep. No, I don't think so.
No, they're going to line up and slowly take a knee again, as there is about 8 seconds difference between the game clock and the play clock. So they'll have to get the play off, and Graceland may get one more offensive play. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2. And everybody just stay back. We're going to wait for the clock to run out. And nobody seems in any hurry to want to tackle the quarterback, which is a good thing. And that'll end it. So 44-0 is your final, as the Eagles on Family Day at Central Methodist defeat the Yellow Jackets by the score of 44-0. 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, 30-0 at half, 37-0 at the end of the third quarter, 44-0 final score. Both sides line up, shake hands, and the trip back to Lamoni, Iowa for the Yellow Jackets. Eagles move to 3-1 on the season. Yellow Jackets fall to 0-4 on the season. Eagles are on the road next week at Culver. And Culver has been receiving votes in the poll, so that'll be a very difficult game. We'll be back here on October the 2nd when William Penn is in town. Hopefully it'll be a lot cooler day than it has been the last two times we've been here. But Jim Ray, your thoughts on the dominance of the Eagles today?
Eagles played very well. The offense was hitting on all cylinders. Great game plan by the offensive coordinators, Coach Jacoby and Coach Goulet. Defense stalwarts. I mean, they just didn't make very many. We had a few penalties, but we just didn't make very many mistakes here. Graceland, they're a young team. They're going to get better. It's just probably going to take a year or two, Charlie. And
Central's gone through the growing pains of getting kids in here and having to play some freshmen and some sophomores in places that they're probably not quite ready to play in, but it only makes them better somewhere down the line. So now you see some juniors and some seniors that are out there that took their lumps, 2 years ago, and now they're in much better situation than they were. And I think the depth of the Eagles came into play today. They have a lot more bodies to put out on the field than Graceland does. And they rotated their quarterbacks in and out. They rotated their running backs, their wide receivers, got some different offensive line guys out there. Defensively, got some different defensive guys out there, some different D-backs. So everybody got some good experience today, and the numbers game caught up with Graceland. The Eagles came out flying, scored the first 3 times they had the ball in the first quarter, and it was 21-0, and it was pretty much over at that point in time. Graceland was able to mount a couple of nice drives, but not able to ever get the ball into the end zone or really all that close to the end zone. So it was a great day for the Eagles as they move to 3-1 on the season and get ready for a tough trip to Canton, Missouri next week to take on the Wildcats from Culver Stockton. So from Davis Field, for Jim Ray Cluck, for our producer Isaac Reeves, this is Charlie Brown saying thank you so much for joining us for today. We'll be back here in 2 weeks when William Penn comes to town. Come back and watch it with us then. Thanks for joining us today.